Okay, let's talk a little bit about your assignment. Okay, so I put some links in the course content, and I wanted to talk a little bit about things like shooting pictures of bugs. Here's this the link for Flickr, um, and you will find that there is some amazing photography on Flickr. And this one that comes up right here, this is a really good example of using a telephoto lens, like I was talking about. If you watched my tutorial on how to shoot with either a DSLR or the point and shoot camera, this is a great example of if you're using a more of a like a telephoto lens, so that you don't have to be right on top of this picture, and to be able to shoot with a flash. And so you can see it looks like there was lots of light here, and that the depth of field is pretty shallow, but that flash really can bring out some really nice detail. So we'll just go through here a few different images and see what he's got. So now something like this might not have been shot with a flash, but it definitely was shot with more of a telephoto lens, so that you don't have to be right up next to this grasshopper. Um, but what I want you to take a look at is the incredible variety of all these different macro shots that you'll see right here on Flickr. And there they are. And I would highly encourage you, if you like macro photography, to dive into here. And they even have some setups in here too. So like this particular shot right here gives you an idea of how to create like a little light tint if you wanted to do something like this. In this case right here, they're not shooting a bug, but they are shooting some sort of product or something right there. And it gives you a nice an idea of how to shoot something in a softer light environment. And the fact that he's got the camera on a tripod too, it allows you to get more depth of field and be able to hold it still in case your exposures might be longer. Okay, one of the other links that's in Blackboard is this link right here, 40 amazing examples of macro photography. Okay, same kind of thing here. Now this one is really kind of interesting. Probably what they do, and you can try this yourself if you want to, is they'll take like a piece of white poster board, and if you should happen to be out in your garden or something, if you have this piece of white poster board, or I've seen it also with black poster board, or maybe different darker colors of poster board, and you have maybe somebody even helping you or whatever, you put this behind the plant, and then you shoot pictures out in front, and it isolates your subject, and it looks like it's maybe in a studio. And also you probably want to use like that telephoto lens feature. Now here, this is really tight, so you're probably using a macro lens to get in really close on this. And same thing with this right here too. And you can see also depth of field very shallow. This is kind of an interesting shot. Maybe some pictures of looks like maybe wheat or something like that, and then some bug shots. And then here's a shot right here, which was probably used with a flash. And the flash, just like we were using in a previous assignment, the flash, depending on how you set it up, will allow you to freeze the action of things. And so for instance here it's freezing this water droplet, but if you were shooting pictures of bugs and they were flying, you could also freeze that. Speaking of freezing, here's some snow. Here's a snowflake. And then you can be very creative. Basically trying to find very nice abstract looking kinds of shots. Now this particular shot right here was done, it's probably either a multiple exposure or a longer exposure or something. So there's obviously a flash shot that lights up this, and then somebody, maybe during a longer exposure, with the thumb flicked this, and then you get the sparks. And so there's always tricks to that. And so here, of course, here's another shot probably looks like with maybe a couple different flashes, and you can see that the flash really captures the action there too. Here's a little bit more of maybe a normal kind of shot. a shot of an eye. I'll let you look through this whole particular website here to maybe get some inspiration, but just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful nature kinds of photography here. Here's another one, one of those other links on the on Blackboard, where it talks about how to do it with your normal lens. How to get in close, because sometimes your normal lens won't let you get in really, really close. So a few different nice examples of some things to do. So pay attention to this one. There you can also, using either like magnifying glasses or relatively inexpensive screw-on lenses that look like kind of like filters, you can screw them on there and get in really close with those too. If you don't want to pay full price for something like that, a lot of times I find these things at different camera swap meets or garage sales or things too. Now macro lenses can be a lot more pricey, and if you have a DSLR, they can get into hundreds of dollars. But if you really like macro, it is really a great thing to get. Now, if you have a point and shoot camera, you can also get in super, super close on that too. Here it talks about exposure. Make sure that you're paying attention to your ISO, most importantly. Another thing, in terms of lighting, if you can adjust your lighting, so maybe if you're using a flash, that you can bounce the flash off of something. So not if you have a flash that's just right on your camera and just points just straight ahead, this wouldn't apply. But if you have an off-camera flash that goes into the hot shoe, sometimes you can get really creative and do some bouncing with that and give it a really nice kind of soft lighting look here too. And then so there's several different examples here of different things that you can do. And then it gets into the blog part of it. And finally, there are these ring lights. And the only reason I bring this up is that if you get into macro photography, the way to make sure that you have enough light and that your light is good is these ring lights come in all different kinds of sizes and flavors, and you can see some of them are starting at around $20, and you can get them for point and shoot cameras, and then some of them are actually electronic flashes. And like for this one right here, this is a specialized one for a Canon DSLR, and it's almost $500. So it's all over the place, but if you really get into macro work, I just thought you should know that this type of thing is available too. So good luck with your assignment, and thanks very much.